yeah, we have a replica in his office of that.
Okay. Can we? You want to get a mic, John?
Worry about. You were concerned as you were on the ground for Apollo 8. You were getting concerned about the means of navigation.
Well, while we were there, it occurred to me that we were navigating, and we for ground observations, we'd have a map that would show us for a certain period what the ground track was. And then for identifying stars, everybody has a star chart with equator like that. But that's not the plane that we're flying on. We're flying on the Earth-Moon plane. It goes like this. And if you look where the sun is going to be there, the planets are going to be there. And I decided that wasn't really too convenient. Let's have the line be the line of the plane, the Earth-Moon plane. But the Earth-Moon plane changes a little for every mission. But a good compromise is the ecliptic. That's good. So let's make the horizontal line the ecliptic. So I had them recompute the position of all the stars so that we had a map where we were going on, the moon and the earth and the sun would be on this line. It was a lot more convenient, I felt, unless somebody memorizes the right ascension and declination of something. And originally we had a piece of paper, white paper, and there were black lines on it. And I said, now wait a minute, we're going to look through the sextant and try and see what's out there and pick things. And we shine a flashlight on this white map and we mess up our dark adaptation. So I said, not only recompute the stars relative to the ecliptic, but let's make it black with white lines on it so we can put a light behind it. So I took some onboard, this is on the ground, I took some onboard paper and a pair of scissors and I created a little light box over part of the instrument panel. I could put in a little flashlight and then I could slide the map up and down. And I said, now Lovell, why don't you use this? Oh, I don't know. So there was a big light and he ended up sticking it over that. Now we did end up that the navigator, the command module guy, taking the alignment, we'd start wearing an eye patch over the eye that's going to be looking through for dark adaptation. And I guess not too many people know that or if they saw somebody wearing an eye patch, they said, what's that for?
What was your experience with the computer itself once you were on the mission?
It was very geared to a program, a phase of flight. And we had a different program for each phase of a standard portion. That'd be a program for launch. And you'd turn on that program and it would get you through launch. Then I guess there was something for coast, or we just sort of let things go. But if you're going to do a platform alignment, you had to call up a program to do that. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And if you lost communication, probably the biggest failure you could really have is a loss of communication, because that means they can't tell you what your state vector is, and without the computer knowing what the state vector is, it can't do navigating precisely. So you got to start finding out what the state vector is by taking star landmark, but en route it's usually a sunlit horizon, either a near horizon or a far, whichever is distinct. Both of them won't be at the same time usually. And you got a known star, you got to know what star that is. Each one has a different number, and then you'd measure that angle and tell the computer that's it. And to do your own navigation was quite tedious. And you wouldn't want a normal mission to go and where the navigator, the command module guy, would be taking those sightings all the time. But if he was needed to, then he would practice that a little bit. Each individual guy who's doing the navigating in the command module had a slightly different definition of what the horizon is as he's looking at the moon or he's looking back at Earth. So you would sort of tell the computer, this is what I think the horizon is, or this is where it is. And it would vary from person to person.
That was terrific. Thank you. They're giving me the high sign
Oh.
over here.
You gotta get going,
I've
man.
got to.